Hi, my name is Debbie Fry. I'm head of teen services at the Gum Spring Library, and I'm going to show you really quick how to draw some basic male and female anime characters. These are going to be more typical characters, so you, as an artist, you have a choice. You can make your characters however you want. This is just going to be kind of a stereotypical way to draw, just so that you have the basics down. Okay, so what we're going to draw first are their heads. We're going to do little lollipop heads here, but this time we're going to extend the stick down here. I'm going to start by focusing on this one, so we're just going to leave this one. It looks like a balloon now. So we're going to start with a male character. So I usually like to draw the line for the shoulders first, and then the line for his hips. So something to notice with guys is their shoulders tend to be a bit wider apart than their hips. So when you're drawing this line, just draw it a little bit smaller than that one. We're also going to draw these as stick people. So what I'm doing here is I'm just putting a little bit of a circle because that will show me where the shoulder is or where I want it to be. Then I'm gonna draw a little stick arm here. This is the upper arm. We're gonna put an elbow here. This would be right about where his belly button was, if he has a belly button. If he was born from an egg, he might not have a belly button. And then this is the lower arm here. So I'm just going to put a little circle for hands. So I'm going to do this a little bit sketchier than some of the other ones, just because it's harder to do the whole body in a reasonable amount of time in a video. But feel free to pause this at any point, just so that you can have a chance to follow along if you're having a hard time. All right, so I'm gonna draw the upper legs here, the thighs. So you'll see here, there's a line where the fingertips come down. Where they end is gonna be about halfway down your thigh. So halfway down, we've got some knees here, and then some calves. And I'm just gonna draw some circles down there for feet. Those are clown feet. All right, so a dude here he is. His head is probably gonna be a little bit bigger than that. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna draw is his torso here. The torso is just the part of your body that contains all your organs, so hearts and stomachs, whatever. And this is just kind of a really basic little torso here. So with the guy, we're going to start with his armpit and come down in just kind of a slanted line so that we're going to meet this hip line here. Okay, and then we're going to draw his legs. He is a tall, skinny man. That's fine. So you'll notice here, as opposed to regular stick figures, his legs are going to be a little bit further apart. And that's just because with skeletons, we do have a little bit of space here in between our legs. Okay. I'm drawing kind of straight lines here around this middle line of the skeleton. So this is the skeleton line here, right down the middle. Right down the middle there. If that doesn't work for you, that's fine. You know, try something else, but this is just a good way to give yourself some guidelines for a body. And then I'm going to draw feet down here. So feet are real easy to draw as Hershey kisses from the front. So just draw a little Hershey kiss there. Okay, so this is knee. We're going to do bottom leg. And another Hershey kiss. Real easy, right? Okay, and then I'm gonna draw on top of here, we're gonna put a little, our tube of flesh for the arm as well. It just, think of it if you like you're drawing a tube, and then this line that you drew before is gonna be inside it. And you can kind of play around a little bit if stuff doesn't look right, like try something else. Okay, I'm just gonna give him like Lego hands right now. Because I'm not going to go too much into hands and feet. That would be a whole other video or maybe 3 videos. And it's a bit challenging for what we're trying to accomplish today. So, just Lego hands again. Okay. So that's a pretty typical anime dude. I'm just going to draw a face and a neck in here so you would see how it was like when you're putting it together. Oh wow, his face is kind of small. Yeah, his face is kind of small. His legs are a little bit longer than I usually like, but this is just, you know, kind of a guideline. Usually I would do this in pencil as opposed to pen, but you know, I do like to do stuff in pen just so I can see where I've made some mistakes. But yep, there we go. Very typical anime dude body. If you've got a guy with muscles, his chest might be a little bit wider here. His legs would be, they'd probably start the musculature like right around here. So you get a little bit more muscles here. And definitely like in the calves, the calves might be thicker, like if he's a runner. And then shoulders too. You would have a little bit of a bulge here, a little bit of a bulge there, maybe something down here as well. But it's all up to you. If he tends to be a little softer too, a little bigger guy, then you'll make all of these lines a little bit more curved. It's kind of the same thing as we talked about with the face. If you're making somebody who's a little bit softer, a little bit fatter, just you give them more curved lines. Make it soft. All right, we're gonna do a typical female character. Her shoulders are gonna be the same width as her hips. So if you see here with the guy, it's basically like, it's a little weird shape, right? So shoulders are wider than the hips. With the ladies, their shoulders and their hips are about the same distance, but that's because their hips tend to be a little bit wider than men. If you look at skeletons, that's one way people can tell, like in archaeology and stuff, how a skeleton is of a male or female. Okay, you're gonna be really weird looking. That's okay. Okay, so we just did the same thing here. There's a little ball for the shoulder, a little ball for the elbow, and then I'm just doing like little blobs for the hands and feet right now. There's a couple more circles here for the knees, and just kind of the same thing here. So with a lady, typically they are going to have like a wider chest here, but it does come into a narrower waist right in here, and then goes back out to wider hips. So if you think of a guy like kind of being almost triangular here, if you've ever heard people talk about a Dorito man, that's kind of that. And then with a lady, it's more like an hourglass, so like the bigger top and then a bigger bottom here as well. Of course, not everybody's going to be the same, and your characters, you know, you could have female characters who look more like this, male characters who look more like that. You make your own decisions on this. You're the artist. It's your choice. All right, so I'm just going to draw those tubes around her leg. You see this guiding line here. I'm drawing a line on this side, drawing a line on this side. If you want to give her a little bit more definition, like make her a little more real looking, like maybe just make the lines a little bit softer, a little more curved. And then we're going to do Hershey Kiss feet again. And this character is a little bit skinny, I think, because you can see like kind of a more major thigh gap. It's just going to be like a wider space here in the crotch than you have with a guy. Drawing clothes on top of that. If they're like skin tight, you'll see it like more pronounced. Like if she was wearing a bathing suit or something, that would be pretty pronounced. But if she's wearing like jeans or a skirt or something like that, you might not see it. You would just see the distance here between her legs is like a little bit more than with a guy. All right, I'm gonna draw in the arms now and like Lego hands again because I feel like it. Lego hands. All right. So there's not too much difference, I think, between like a typical male, typical female characters. It's just, you know, if you are trying to like start from the very beginning, these are good ways to make I guess visual shorthand, so that when somebody looks at a character, they can tell like at a glance it's a dude or it's a female character. All right, so those are really basic. I'm not gonna go super into these right now. I am gonna do something, another video on how to do like action poses, and we might go a little bit further into that and do like more clothing and stuff, so you can see a little bit more of that. But for right now, these are just some basics. Try playing around with them, make your characters thinner or fatter, like make them taller or shorter, like see how you can play with that a little bit to make something different. It's all up to you. You're an artist, and everything is kind of your choice. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. If you need more information about any of this, feel free to get in touch with one of the Loudoun County Public Libraries, and I would be happy to answer that in a future video. So bye for now.